If it pleases you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, something's been troubling me for the last few weeks, and it isn't political. I reflected this week on the country's conversations around Minister Hayward. I reflected this week as late or as early as yesterday with the hypocrisy of this country becoming excised, angry, up in arms over the slave master's house being torn down. Everyone writing and pontificating about these things. And I thought about the fourth road fatality for this year. Didn't move the dial. Nobody marched. Nobody ran down to TCD. Nobody called for more police officers patrolling the streets. Nobody called for legislation to be amended. We have become so familiar with people dying on our roads that it doesn't make a blip. Nobody gets concerned about it. We are in March and have had 4 road fatalities for the year. Every single day, we see a traffic advisory coming out where traffic has been diverted because there has been a significant accident on one part of our roads up and down the island. We see as we drive, people coming like bats out of hell, driving as if they have a death wish. And we cross our fingers, hoping that when we get around the corner, that our young person or the person that we see on the bike is not sprawled out on the street. My wife was driving home this week, and she said as she drove the car in Paget, she saw a young man interweaving through traffic. When she got around the corner, she was diverted, and she said, listen, she's just going to drive by just to see. When she drove across, it was the very same young man on the side of the street. We are watching mothers and fathers not only lose their children, but lose legacy. If this were any other country, they will call it a national health crisis. Anywhere else in the world, we're losing 13 and 14 people every single year to road traffic fatalities. The campaigns have weaned and waned. Our people in this country are dying exponentially. At one point, we blamed the roads. When I was young, we blamed pack racing. And we had police officers every corner. We're doing roadside sobriety checks, but still we do not have a policing plan. We do not have officers dispersed around the country at a rate that can help stem these accidents. Stemmy. The question is that we're not going to police our way out of this. There has to be a community conversation around road safety. There has to be a conversation in all of the different aspects and quarters in Bermuda about the significance of what is taking place now. My colleague chairs the Road Safety Council. He is always beating the drum about road safety. It cannot just be MP Lister talking about road safety. It must be a collective effort as a country. We must see this as a national crisis. We must see our young men and our young women and have conversations with them about the sanctity of life. If you now see, I saw a young man and he was limping on Saturday night when I went to have dinner with my wife. I did not know what happened to him. When I asked him, he was immobilized, using 2 crutches and trying to drag his legs on. And I asked him what happened. He said he was in a bad road traffic accident 5 years ago. He shared with me that he's not able to work, that he has to use a colostomy bag, that his entire life has been totally changed by that accident. Our insurance companies have to do more. They simply cannot benefit from taking our insurance premiums every year and not being on the forefront, on the vanguard of making sure, or advertising and training. Yes, we have Project Ride, but we have to make and put an emphasis on the insurance companies that are benefiting from our policies to have a greater impact in prevention. If we look at having the conversations as families, asking insurance companies to do more to put their money into prevention campaigns, if we look at the Bermuda Police Service and question them about their policing methods, there has to be and government on looking at the legislation. What can we do? But there has to be something done as a community. We have to go back and start campaigns aggressively in the schools. Something has to be done. 4 lives in March is too much, Mr. Speaker. As a country, we must see this as a national health crisis and rally around this issue and work harder to prevent road traffic accidents in Bermuda. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.